Namaste. Welcome to this session with Vidya Nahar. Please consult your physician to ensure the suitability of the exercises in the following video for your specific needs. The creators and distributors of this video are not responsible for any injuries or damages caused to you by following the exercises demonstrated in this video.
So right away as you are starting, go on your back flat, keep your block and strap where you can easily reach for those. So starting on your back. Stretch out your arms and legs, get that full body stretch. Point your toes and fingertips away from the center. Keep reaching, keep stretching. Feel all 10 fingernails touching the floor with your palms fully open. Squares of your palms stretched out. So you're really opening up those palms. And now stretch your right hand beyond the left hand, right leg beyond the left leg, making your right side intentionally longer than the left. At the same time, press the right side of the body more firmly into the mat. So now you are making your right side intentionally heavier and longer. Feel this difference between the two sides. Then relax the right side of the body. Stretch your left hand beyond the right hand, left foot beyond the right foot. So even the right side of the body is still on the floor, you're just stretching the left side of the body more. At the same time, press the left side of the body more firmly into the mat. So now you're making left side intentionally longer and heavier. The more we are aware of these intentional imbalances, more we can be aware of the balance and the equilibrium. Relax that left side of the body. Divide your body between upper and lower halves and reach with your both arms overhead, keeping the lower body relaxed. The stretches from your hips to your fingertips. Stretching the sides of your trunk. Keep all 10 fingernails still touching the floor and just keep reaching up towards the back wall. Just this simple act of stretching more, pressing down more is bringing more blood, energy, oxygen to that part of the body. Now relax your upper body and stretch your feet. Point your toes of both feet towards the front wall. So you feel the stretch from your hips to your toe tips. Pointing the tops of your feet is stretching the fronts of your leg. And now flex your feet, that means you push your heels out and toes towards you. Flare out your toes. Feel the stretch in the backs of your legs, in your calves, in backs of your knees, your hamstring. Just keep pushing your heels to the front wall, toes towards the ceiling or even towards your own knees. That's how much you're pressing the heels out. Now in the same position, separate your feet to the outer corners of your mat. Feet are still flexed, you're just making a big V with your legs. Legs are again stretched out and you keep pushing through the heels of your feet. Now let your feet fall off to the sides on the corners of your mat, toes turned outward. Bring your hands on your stomach, on your belly button. Let your upper arms and your elbows relax on the floor. With your eyes closed, move your awareness from your body to your breath. As you exhale, draw the navel away from your palms. As you inhale, let your stomach relax. You don't need to pop it up. You just relax the stomach so the incoming air will fill it up and let it rise, let it expand. You focus on consciously drawing the navel in when you exhale, like a balloon becoming smaller with outgoing air, becoming bigger with incoming air. Follow your exhalation actively and your inhalation will follow passively. Keep going. Enjoy the rhythm of the body in each breath, not letting a single breath pass unnoticed. Your breath is your connection to the present moment. You cannot breathe for the past or for the future. So stay with your breath to remain in this moment. You have to breathe for this moment, in this moment only. With this awareness of body and breath, invite your mind to be a part of this practice. Establish the intention of your being here. Maybe you are here to learn something new about yourself, or let go of something that has been bothering you, or reinforce whatever you have been practicing, or restore your equilibrium. Test your strengths, challenge your limitations. Go more inward. Invest time in yourself. Spend time with like-minded people, or you are here because your practice allows you to feel focused, flexible, at peace with yourself, with your surroundings, rooted, grounded, happy, healthy, open to new possibilities, de-stressed. Whatever it is that brings you here, set it in your own words, make it your own practice, and release it. Let it happen at its own pace. Our job is just to practice, let the universe deliver the results. We'll practice eye muscle movements. Without turning your head, look all the way to your right and just hold your gaze steady to the right side. Keep the rest of the body fully relaxed. Your breath is moving evenly. And you're looking at a point on the right side, maybe it's on the wall, on the floor. Then look all the way to your left side, as far out as you can. You see to the left, just the eyes moving. Same even diaphragmatic breath continues. If there are other thoughts, emotions arising, you just come back to your breath, focus on what you're looking at. Then look straight behind your head towards the back wall, just the eyes. And look towards the front wall. Look straight above your nose towards the ceiling, as if you are piercing through the roof to look at the sky. And exhale to the tip of your nose. Then look between your two eyebrows, your third eye center. You may do this with your eyes open or closed. This is the sixth chakra, Ajna chakra. This is where we process everything. We decide what's right, what's wrong for us. Make 3 circles with your eyes in one direction, just like you're drawing these circles with your eyes on the ceiling. Go the other way 3 times, big continuous circles with your eyes only. Rapidly blink your eyes several times, releasing the tension from eyes, eyebrows, forehead. Now with your eyes open or closed, lift your head and drop it to the right side. Keep the left shoulder on the floor as your head turns to the right. Feel the stretch in the left side of your neck. Remember to breathe. Lift your head again and turn it all the way to the left side, and you feel the stretch in the right side of your neck. Again, leave the shoulders where they are. Don't let your shoulders come up. Don't tense up your neck. Lift your head one more time. Now bring your feet closer together in the center. With your hands, reach behind your neck and lift up your head, lift up your neck, keep your feet together. Look at your toes in front of you. You're stretching the root of the neck, compressing your throat. Remember to breathe. Exhale, you draw the stomach in. Inhale, relax the stomach. So follow the movement in your belly button as your head is up. Now see if you can literally see the navel going down in as you exhale. And let the stomach relax when you inhale. Keep pulling on a few hair to literally feel the stretch in the root of your neck. Now bring your forearms on the floor and lift up your upper body. Bring the top of your head to the floor. If your top of your head is not all the way down, free up your arms and let them go a little bit forward towards your elbows. So you can free up your shoulders and bring the top of your head down all the way. So you are looking at the back towards your own mat behind your head, not just looking at the back wall or ceiling. Literally look at your mat behind your head. That's how much your head is down. You're bringing the crown of your head down, not the back of your head. Hold it there, breathe. So that is your Sahasrara chakra, your crown chakra. That's on the floor now. It's a small inversion. Head is lower than the heart. Slowly lift up your head and bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. So shoulders over your elbows. Press your chin to the throat one more time. Make a slow, thorough, deep neck rotation. Roll your head up towards your right, bring it down towards your left with your exhale. Reverse, take it up towards your left with your inhale and down towards your right with your exhale. Then go down one more time. Raise your arms towards the ceiling and draw your shoulder blades back into the mat. Again, reach up with your arms like we do the protraction from the standing or sitting position and retraction. Retract your shoulder blades, pull them back into the mat. One more time, reach up towards the sky and draw the shoulder blades back into the mat. So now we are reaching into the shoulders and the back. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders to the side on the floor. Elbows are at 90 degrees towards the ceiling so that it's a perpendicular position, L shape. Now lower your forearms towards the floor. If they don't touch the floor towards your feet, that's okay, but keep them at 90 degrees. So the elbows are bending at 90 degrees to the upper arms. Then raise your forearms towards the ceiling and lower them towards your head to the floor. Again, keep the upper arms where they are. Raise your forearms to the ceiling and lower your forearms towards your feet, towards the floor. Wherever you reach is fine. This is your rotator cuff stretch. One more time, raise your forearms towards the ceiling and lower towards your head. 90 degree move at your elbows. One more, towards the ceiling. Down towards your feet with your exhale. Up towards the ceiling, inhale. And down towards your head, towards the floor. Now keeping your upper arms touching the floor like how they are touching right now. Extend your arms overhead. Don't let your elbows come off. Don't let your upper arms come off. Just slide them touching the floor towards the top of the head or beyond your head to the back wall. If your elbows are coming off the floor, keep pressing them down. So this is excellent for removing that hump in the back, that you're tightening the upper back and reach as high as you can without letting your arms come off the floor. If your elbows are coming off the floor, bend your elbows and press them down. Now the same way, draw those elbows again back towards your feet. Keep drawing them down towards the rib cage as much as you can. Again, leave them fully touching the floor. If you can bring your elbows towards the rib cage, do that. One more time, take them up from that 90-degree position straight up without removing your upper back, your shoulders, your arms, your forearms from the floor. Keep them touching the floor the whole time. The entire back of the arm is touching the floor, and draw it back down towards your feet. Nice work for your upper back as you're opening the chest and working the shoulder blades. Keep bringing your elbows towards your rib cage, and again raise them towards the head, towards the back wall without removing your upper back or your elbows or your shoulder blades from the floor. One more time, bring them down towards the rib cage. And now open your legs to the sides, again making a big V here. Take your arms up one more time, touching the floor the whole time. Reach all the way up and again keep pressing the elbows down, forearms down, upper arms down. So this feels like a big pyramid, that your feet are wide open and hands together. Now keeping your arms on the floor, bring them down like you're making a snow angel. Keep bringing your entire arm down, fully down, not bending your elbow this time and not lifting them off the floor. Bring your hands down towards your knees. As you extend your arms one more time overhead, bring your legs together now. So legs are together, hands together, and stretch your whole body. Again, keep pressing your upper back, your arms as much on the floor as you can. Then again, open your arms, open your legs, making that snow angel movement. Keep them fully on the floor the whole time. So you're using your floor as the alignment prop. Again, stretch out your arms and legs, keep them fully connected to the floor the whole time, as much as you can. One more time, slowly open your arms and legs and keep them fully touching the floor, your backs of your knees, your elbows, your upper arms. One more time, stretch out your arms and legs and extend all the way. Bring them fully together. Keep your arms extended overhead and bend your knees. So now we are reaching more into the hips. Knees above your hips, in line with your ankles. Keep stretching your arms overhead. So you think of a right angle at your hips, at your knees, at your ankles. Your arms are supported by the floor overhead. And drop your knees halfway to the right side. Not all the way, halfway. Don't turn your whole body. Especially keep both arms on the floor, fully touching your both shoulder blades. Wherever you drop your knees halfway is fine. Inhale, come back to the center. Maintain that right angle position at your knees, at your hips, at your ankles. Take your knees at a small angle to the left. And again, keep reaching overhead with your both hands. So you are elongating that spinal column, supported by the earth. Keep breathing. Come back to the center. Lower your feet to the floor. Bring your right foot on top of the left knee and drop both knees to the right side. So another twist, but leave the arms where they are. Don't let your hips rotate fully. In fact, walk your left foot to the left outer edge of your mat and you drop that left knee with your right foot. So right knee should be to the right edge of your mat and left foot to the left edge of your mat. And you keep dropping your knees down. Again, your arms are fully stretched overhead. Keep pressing them down, elbows down. And come back to the center, right foot to the floor. Left foot on top of the right knee. Drop the left knee towards the floor. Walk your right foot to the right outer edge of your mat. And drop that right knee towards the floor, towards the center. This is rotating your hips. Keep walking your right foot to the outer edge of the mat and left knee to the left edge of your mat. If your hips are coming off the floor, just press them down. If your shoulders are coming off, elbows coming off, press them down. fully extended. Remember to breathe. Again, the longer we hold these stretches, the more we benefit from these. And one more time, straighten your knees, bring your feet to the outer edges of the mat, drop the knees to the center. Hands overhead and just press the knees to the center. Both feet to the outer edges of your mat, and like knees are knocking each other down in the center. Knock your knees towards each other. Yes. Now keeping your right knee up, drop the left knee towards the center more. So knees are still in, but you're dropping left knee more down. Press it down as much as you can. Now lift that left knee and drop the right knee towards the center more. Don't rock your hips side to side. You're just dropping the knee more, but keep your hip shoulders where they are. Slowly come back so that your knees are more open now. Feet are still to the outer edges of your mat. Bring your both hands again in that snow angel move all the way towards your heels. Hold on towards your heels, palms facing the sky, and lift up your sit bones. So we are in this open hip bridge position. Lift up your thighs up. Keep pressing the shoulders down, palms facing the ceiling. So again you're tightening the upper back, opening the chest. If you sit a lot, working at your computers, driving cars, so these are good openers for your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your thighs. Hold. And now bring your both hands underneath your sit bones. Lift your bridge even higher. Make it as tall as you can. And lift your feet, walk them forward, make it an elongated bridge. Keep extending your legs to the front and look at the back wall, hold it there. So opening your throat, your heart, your hips in this elongated bridge. Don't slide your feet, walk them forward, lift and walk, lift and walk. So if your knees are above your ankles, walk your feet out. So you are elongating that bridge like a big rainbow. Then again walk your feet back towards you, and with your hands reach your heels. Hold on to your heels. If your hands are not by your heels, interlace your fingers in the back underneath your hips and just keep pulling your palms away from your shoulders. So everybody interlace your fingers and just pull them down towards your feet. Hold, breathe. When you are ready, raise your right leg to the ceiling. See how that goes. Single leg bridge. If this is too much for you, from the bridge position, you can always remove the hands from underneath, go down and just stay in this on the floor and then lift the right leg. So if bridge is too much, you don't have to stay there. Lower your right foot and extend your left leg. Point it straight up. Maintaining this single leg bridge. So now we are reaching into this hips, lower back. At the same time we are tightening the upper back. Remember to breathe. Exhale, stomach in. Inhale, relax the stomach. Keep straightening that left leg up towards the ceiling. Point it up. Bring your left foot down. Remove your hands from underneath, go down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Relax. Raise your right leg one more time, point it up and take your right leg to the left side across the midline and just stay there, hold it, point your right foot here, keep extending your right leg to the left side. So this is working your right inner thigh and stretching the right outer thigh, your iliotibial band. It's also strengthening the right inner thigh. This supports your knee the most. Anytime you take your leg across the midline of the body, that works your adductors, your inner thighs, supporting your knees. Now keep your right leg where it is, but just extend the left leg on the floor and see how that feels in your lower back. Just keep stretching the left leg to the front and your right leg across the midline. Take your both arms overhead one more time and just stretch. Stretch your fingertips and your left leg away from the center. At the same time, your right leg is across the midline of the body. Keep it at a diagonal position across the midline. Bring that right knee in your chest. With your both hands, hug that right knee. Pull your knee as close to you as you can. Flex your left foot. Remember to breathe. So your left foot is flexed, pushing the front wall away. Right foot is pointing. When you cannot bring your knee any closer, you lift your head and bring your nose towards the knee. Ardha Pavan Muktasana. Keep pressing the left leg down and you just hold this stretch here. Stretching the root of your neck, compressing your stomach, massaging your inner organs, kidneys, liver, spleen. This is good for digestion, elimination. It's important that we do this on empty stomach because with full stomach it will be challenging to hold this compression. And slowly rest your upper body. Bring your right foot down. Bring your left foot in. So right knee is still bent. Right foot is on the floor. Take your left leg up to the ceiling. Your sit bones are on the floor. Point your left foot. Hands are by your sides. Palms facing the ceiling. Take your left leg at a small angle to the right side. Across the midline. Point your left foot. You feel the stretch in the outside of your left leg. And just hold it there. Remember to breathe. So when you hold poses longer, that gives you more time to internalize each stretch. Listen to your body's feedback. Remember to breathe, hold. And now extend your right leg on the floor. Take your both arms overhead one more time. Stretch your arms overhead and right leg to the front wall. Flexing your right foot. Push the right foot into the wall. Arms overhead. Stretch your arms. Yes. And your left leg is reaching across the midline to the right side. Feel the stretch in your left outer thigh. And left inner thigh is the working muscle. So this is always the opposite. One side is being stretched, other side is working. Bring that left knee in your chest. With your both hands, hug that left knee. Draw the knee as close to you as you can. Flex your right foot, push it away. Don't lift your head right away. First just pull that left knee as close to you as you can, compressing the stomach. We have the tendency always to curl up from the upper body. So here focus on compressing the lower belly first. When you cannot bring your knee any closer, you lift up your head and bring your nose towards your knee. Just stay there, hold. Keep pressing this right leg down. So if your right hamstring, right back of the knee, right calf coming off, press them down actively. And press through the right foot to the front wall. Bring your nose towards that left knee. Hold, breathe. Keep the shoulders relaxed. If you are tensing up in your neck and shoulders, relax. Then slowly rest your upper body. Bring your left foot down and bring your right foot back in. So both knees are bent one more time. Take your both legs up towards the ceiling. Flex your feet. So think of a 90-degree angle at your hips, keeping your feet as flexed towards the ceiling like you're pushing the ceiling up. Think of that right angle at your ankles and at your hips. And one more time, take your arms overhead on the floor and now push the heels of your palms to the back wall. Flexing your wrists so as if you are pushing the back wall away. So now your upper arms are off the floor because you are flexing your wrist. So your feet are pushing the ceiling away, palms are pushing the back wall away. Hold it there. If this is bothering your back, you may bend the knees a little bit. Otherwise, hold. Arms are overhead, pressing the wall away. Bend your knees and hug your knees with your both hands. Just draw the knees as close to you as you can. Point your toes now. You are flexing them all this time. Point, hug them in tightly and lift your head when you are ready. Again, nose to the knee. If your hands are reaching your toes, slide your fingers between your toes. Knees are inside, hands are outside of the thighs. Fingers reaching between the toes, acting as toe separators, bringing more blood, energy, oxygen in those tiny toe joints, giving them more light. We keep them constricted in socks and shoes whole day. So this is the time to separate them, widen them. Bring your chin towards your knees, again compressing the stomach. This is Pavan Muktasan, wind reliever pose, again good for digestion, elimination, stimulating your core muscles. Rest your upper body one more time. Take your legs up again. This time with your both hands to the insides of the legs, push them wide open. So your hands are literally pushing those legs as wide out as you can. Stretch out your legs. Point your toes and push your legs from inside out. Stretch your legs as much as you can. If this is again too much for your back, you may always keep the knees a little bit bent. But otherwise keep pushing the legs from inside out. Again, if you sit a lot in your chairs or walk, jog, bicycle, it's important that you open your hips daily like this. And literally apply pressure. Your hands are pushing the legs out and legs are resisting that move. Feel this opposite action. Hands pushing out, legs pressing inward on the hands. So it becomes a weight bearing work because your hands are resisting the weight of the legs and legs are pushing against your arms. Then slowly start bringing your legs in. Now take your hands from inside around your ankles. Think of it like you're making a big squat on the ceiling and your ankles above your knees. Hands go from inside around your feet and draw the elbows in towards your knees like your elbows are pressing the knees down and your feet are parallel to the ceiling. Again, it's a compression in your stomach. Apply pressure with your elbows on your knees. Hold it there. Remain as steady as you can. Think of it as a squat on the ceiling, upside down squat. Keep your feet flexed like you're on the wall sitting. Yes, like that. And keep pressing the elbows down, down, down. Feel this pressure on your stomach. Remember to breathe. Exhale, stomach in. Inhale, relax the stomach. Now again in this position, lift your head and bring your feet as close behind your shoulders as you can. So with your hands, you pressing your heels towards you, compressing your stomach. Keep pulling your feet behind your head. Hold it. I hope nobody ate a big breakfast before this, right? Otherwise it will be too much. Keep pulling your feet behind your head. Hold like you're making a pillow with your own feet. Keep compressing the stomach. And slowly rest one more time. Take your break. Bring your both knees in your chest and relax. Point and flex your feet. Wiggle your toes. Relax, breathe, recover. Now take your right knee above the right hip, cross left leg over the right, wrap it around as much as you can. So we're going to go for another twist here, the eagle twist. With your right hand, pull your knees down to the right and you turn your head to look at your left hand. Again, apply pressure. Hold it there. If you hear any cracking sound in your spine, that's just releasing that natural synovial fluid. Keep pressing the knees down to the right as your head turns toward the left. with your left leg still on top, bring your knees to the left, and with your left hand you press the knees down to the left, turn your head to look at your right hand. Again, press the right shoulder blade down, your right palm facing the ceiling. So you keep pressing the shoulder down at the same time you're pressing the left thigh down to the left. It's a hip rotation. It's opening your shoulder, tightening that upper back. Come back to the center. You still have left leg on the top. Bring your right forearm in the front. Left hand goes underneath the right elbow. Wrap them around. And one more time. First just pull your knees towards your elbows without lifting the upper body. Compress your lower belly, your transverse abdominals. Your head is on the floor and you just bring the knees towards your elbows. Left leg on the top, right arm on the top. When you cannot bring your knees any closer, lift up the upper body. So this is your eagle position, Supta Garudasana. Hands are intertwined with each other and legs are intertwined with each other. Left leg on the top, right hand on the top. Remember to breathe, even though it's awkward to breathe in this position, keep breathing evenly, diaphragmatically. And gently rest your upper body, uncross your arms and uncross your legs, feet on the floor. Relax, breathe. Now left knee above the left hip, take your right leg over the left leg, wrap it around. So with your left hand now you pull your knees to the left side and you turn your head to look at your right hand. Hold it there. You're going to the left with your left hand. Keep pressing the right shoulder blade down. Again, if you're hearing any cracking sounds in your spine, that's just releasing that synovial fluid that gets stuck around your joints. Come back to the center. You still have your right leg on the top. Drop your knees to the right side. With your right hand, you pull the leg down. Turn your head to look at your left hand. Keep this left elbow in this 90-degree position, L-shaped elbow. And you keep looking to the left as your legs go to the right. You still have right leg on the top. That does not change. Watch your own body. Do you have your right leg on the top? Yes. So it's important that you listen more and focus on what you're doing. Right hand pushing the right thigh down. In fact, if you can close your eyes and just focus on your words, do that to improve the listening, to improve your concentration, your focus. Come back to the center. You still have your right leg on the top. Bring your left forearm in the front. Right hand goes underneath the left forearm. Wrap them around. You still have that right leg on the top, left arm at the top. Draw the knees as close to the elbows as you can. Again, compressing your stomach. Just stay there, hold. Now this is the opposite of what we have been doing all this time. We are opening the chest, tightening the upper back. Now this is rounding this upper back and we are compressing the stomach. When you cannot bring your knees any closer, you lift up from the upper body and hold it there. Keep pointing your toes towards the front wall and fingers towards the back wall. Hold it there, breathe. Again, working your transverse abdominals, compressing your stomach. Notice if this side feels different than the other side. It's okay to feel this imbalance. As long as you notice, that's good enough. The more you start noticing, the more you'll start feeling subtle changes in the ways you carry yourself, you breathe. And one more time, gently rest your upper body, uncross your arms and uncross your legs, feet on the floor, and relax, breathe, recover. So now if you have your block, place the block underneath your two sit bones. If you don't have a block, any cushion will do, or a roll of blanket or towel if you have it nearby. If not, that's okay. And slowly start lifting your knees towards the ceiling. Stretch your legs up one more time. So just like earlier we had our legs up, we are bringing the legs up with the support of the block now. And when you are ready, you may lift up the sit bones all the way up and go into this full shoulder stand. Sarvangasana, keep reaching up with your legs towards the ceiling. So if your legs are hovering over your face, take them up more towards the ceiling perpendicular. Walk your hands down the back even more as you reach higher with your legs to the ceiling. You walk down with your hands to the neck. Hold, breathe. In this position, I'll highly recommend don't turn your neck towards me, towards the camera. Keep looking at your feet. Listen to the words. Take your right leg overhead, if possible, towards the floor into this half plow pose. Right, if your foot doesn't touch the floor, that's okay. Just keep reaching back, right leg overhead, left leg up. Remember to breathe. Right leg up towards the ceiling, left leg goes overhead. Keep reaching up and back. Wherever you reach back with your left leg is fine. If your toes don't reach the floor, that's okay. But you point in that direction. You point your right foot towards the ceiling. Breathe. This is your Ardha Halasana or Ardha Sarvangasana. Bring that left leg up. Now put your feet together and knees apart. So we are in this bound angle pose like a butterfly. So again, if your legs are hovering over your face, push them up to the ceiling. So you're making this big diamond with your toes pointing to the ceiling. If you need to rest your back on the floor or on the block, that's okay. You can always do these moves with your back on the floor or sit bones on the floor or on the block. So you don't need to be up, but if you can lift up, do that. It's a good idea to practice these inversions every day. Breathe. And bring your knees one more time towards the center. Just pull your knees in your chest and hold this. Then take your both legs overhead into this full plow. If you can, let go of your hands. Bring your hands towards your toes. Or you may continue with your hands by your back. Again, if you are not all the way lifted in your tailbone, you can keep the sit bone supported by your block. Or you may also bring your fist and put your fist under the lower back. So make fists and place them underneath your lower back to kind of feel this lift here. If you are not all the way up. We're going to hold this. Keep holding this plow pose or halasana. Now open your legs here in this plow pose. So go into this wide leg plow pose. Prasarita halasana. Open your legs as much as you can. Again, if they are not on the floor, that's okay. You can open them mid-air. Just keep walking your hands down the back and open your legs as wide as you can. Breathe. Now walk your left foot towards your right foot, whether on the floor or mid-air. So we are going into this twisted plow. Hold. Both feet to the right and your head is looking towards the ceiling. Bring your left leg on the floor or mid-air to the left side and walk your right foot towards that left foot on the floor or mid-air. You keep looking towards the ceiling on the outside of your right thigh. Both legs to the left, stretch out your legs. Feel this twist in your stomach, in your spine. Bring your right leg back to the center, left leg back to the center. Bend your knees one more time. And again stretch out your legs to the ceiling. Hold. Breathe. Again, you can always rest your back on the floor if you need to. Now flex your feet and rotate your feet to the right. So it's a twist again. Rotate your feet to the right, not tilting, rotating. And again, you can do this with your back on the floor. You can still keep the legs up and just rotate the feet to the right. So you don't need to be up there if that's putting any pressure on your back or neck. Remember, this is not tilting, rotating, rotate. Rotate your feet. And come back to the center, rotate to the left. Both toes turn to the left. And you can do the same thing with your sit bones on the floor, but rotate your toes, not tilting, rotating. Listen, are your feet tilting or rotating? Your legs should be straight above and you just rotate to the left, toes to the left, heels to the right. Feel this twist in your lower body, in your stomach. Come back to the center and go down upper back, middle back, lower back. Take your time. So now if you have your block underneath, remove the block and come back on the floor. Then take your legs up one more time. So again your feet are parallel to the ceiling. Now open your hands to the sides like it's a T stretch. Press all 10 fingernails to the floor. So again you are opening your chest, pressing the shoulder blades down, back firmly down. If it is too much to keep your legs straight up, you may bend the knees a little bit. And now take your legs at a small angle to the right. So now you are tilting, not rotating. Halfway down, as long as you can maintain your left shoulder on the floor and keep pressing this left palm on the floor. Press through the heels of your both feet out, so you are really stretching the backs of the legs. And maintain your both arms, palms facing the ceiling. Hold this T stretch. Come back to the center. Leaving your right shoulder on the floor, take your legs at a small angle to the left. And again, flexing your feet, press through the heels of your feet to the left. Straighten the backs of your knees. Remember to breathe. Don't let your legs fall off. At the same time, maintain this right shoulder blade on the floor. The legs to the left and your upper body is pressing down to the right more. Come back to the center. Bend your knees and hug your knees. Again, relax. Point and flex your feet. Wiggle your toes. Remember to breathe. Now cross your feet at the ankles and you reach for your opposite feet with your hands on the outside. Your back is on the floor. You reach for your opposite feet with your hands on the outside, thighs to the inside. Then lift up your head one more time. So as if you are sitting cross-legged and you're pulling your feet. Your hands are outside, legs on the inside. Are you listening? Yes. Hands to the outside. Chin towards your throat. Feel this compression in your throat, in your stomach. And again, you keep pulling your feet towards you. At the same time, let your thighs and your feet push into your hands. Feel the opposing action. Legs pushing outward into your arms. Feet pushing into your hands. And hands are pulling the thighs in. Breathe. Notice which leg is on top for you. Go down, uncross your feet and bring your other foot on the top. So just switch your legs. First you're crossing them at the ankles. Again your hands are on the outside and just pull your feet towards you as much as you can. Then you lift up the upper body one more time. And again start bulking up your thighs as your thighs are pushing into the arms and your feet pushing into the hands. But at the same time hands and arms are are trying to keep those legs in and legs want to open up more. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Feel this opposing action in your arms and legs, activating your core muscles. Remember to breathe. Then slowly go down and bring your feet to the floor. Extend your arms and legs and stretch out your body one more time back to the starting position. Point your toes and fingertips away from the center. Flex your feet, flex your wrists, separate your toes, separate your fingers, make your ankle and wrist rotations. Circle them 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Let your feet fall off to the corners of the mat. Bring your hands down by your hips, about 8 inches away from your hips. Fingers curl up towards the sky. Nod your head up and down like you're saying yes. And roll your head side to side like you're saying no. Release tension from your neck. Rest your head comfortably in the center. With your eyes closed, starting at the top of your head, establish your intention to relax. Make it a conscious process of letting go of all the thoughts, worries, desires, emotions, stress. Move your awareness through physical body, one body part at a time, making sure each and every body part is relaxed. Relax your forehead, let go of the wrinkles. Soften your eyebrows, space between eyebrows, eyes, nostrils, mouth. Put a little smile in your lips. Relax your chin, neck and throat. Soften your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, palms, fingers and fingertips. Keep your breathing deep, even, slow, quiet, without pauses, without jerks, through your nostrils only. Slowly bring your awareness back up. Relax your fingers, palms, wrists, elbows, upper arms, underarms, shoulders. Relax your chest, upper back, lower back, stomach, hips and glutes. Eyes, hamstrings, knees, backs of your knees, shin bones, calf muscles, ankles, feet and your toes. Complete relaxation, your mind and body in total union through your breathing. This is not falling asleep, you are alert, in charge, you know what you are doing. Simply letting go. Today's practice was a lot of compression for the stomach, throat, at the same time opening up the hips. Are good practices to prevent ailments like diabetes, thyroid, as you massage those glands with these compressions. So along with your diet, precautions, These are good physical practices to prevent these lifestyle related diseases. Slowly bring your awareness back up, relax your toes, heels, ankles, shin bones, calf muscles, knees, backs of your knees, thighs, hamstrings, hips and glutes, stomach, lower back, upper back. Relax your chest, your shoulders, neck and throat. Soften your facial muscles, chin, cheeks, jaws, eyes, eyebrows, space between eyebrows, forehead, and the top of your head. Keeping your awareness there, gently bring your knees in your chest one at a time, no rush, no jerks. Hug your knees, wiggle your toes, awaken yourself from that relaxed state. Gently rock your body forward and back, roll it side to side. Make knee circles in each direction, alternate these moves at your own pace, front and back, side to side, circling whichever is right for you. I thank you all for joining me in this practice. You may also open your legs into the happy baby or dead bug. Please thank yourself and everybody here for taking this time out to be here, for sharing positive energy in your practice with everybody. Please join me in sending our goodwill out to the world. May there be peace, happiness, health, love, laughter and freedom to enjoy it all for everybody, everywhere. Roll gently to your right. Then to your left. From your left, come up to the sitting upright position. Sit upon your block. And keeping your back upright, we'll practice some breathing. We'll do bellows breathing, Bhastrika Pranayam, again activating, stimulating this digestion area. That's the focus today. So inhale with force, exhale with force. Both of them with force. Not going up and down with your back or your shoulders or your chest, just here. Exhale, you pull the stomach in, inhale, relax. If you find your chest moving up and down, minimize that and focus on your stomach. If you start feeling dizzy, stop at any point, otherwise continue. You may do it slow or fast, like bellows of a blacksmith pumping oxygen rhythmically. Also increases the capacity of your lungs, of your diaphragm, working those respiratory organs. And you can stop whenever you need to. Index fingers, thumbs together, turn your palms to face the sky. Keep your eyes closed, gaze between eyebrows. Awareness either at your diaphragm or your nostrils or your navel center. Wherever you see your breath, just follow your breath in and out. If there are thoughts, let them come and go. You just be with your breath. Keep sitting upright and tall. Imagine that string going to the ground, lifting you up. Just like in a crowd, when one by one people start disappearing, the crowd disappears. Similarly, in your mind, if one by one your thoughts start disappearing, that emotional mind disappears and all that remains is your awareness, the consciousness. Your mind consists of 4 parts. One is the manas, that is the emotional mind. That's where we have all these thoughts, emotions. Then there is the ahankar, that's the ego, the I-ness, the identity of self. This is me, this is mine. And then there is chitta. Chitta is the storehouse of all the past memories. This is the small chitta. There are 2 chittas. One is the, think of it like a capital C and a small c. So the small c chitta is the storehouse of all the past memories, samskaras. There is buddhi. Buddhi is the intellect, our discretionary faculty. So these are the 4 parts of your mind: manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. Mind, intellect, memory storehouse, and your I-ness, ego. And then when you drop all of this, what remains is the chitta with the big C, capital C, is the consciousness. So the idea is to drop this mind and come into this conscious state and be there as much as you can. And your breath is your entry point into that consciousness. As you drop all the other thoughts, emotions, ego, memories, past samskaras, just remain there with a clear, clean slate of mind or consciousness. Whenever you are ready to finish this practice, bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers in the back. Exhale, bow down to Mother Earth for all the kindness. Inhale as you come up to thank the sun for the energy and the light. One more exhale down, being thankful for everything we have and everything we don't have. Inhale up. One last exhale down in gesture of a yogi. Forgive as you go down. Forget as you come up. And we are done. Namaste. Thank you. Let's do our laughter on the stomach today because we were on the back most of the time. So just come on your belly like this in the crocodile pose with your toes turning outward. Support yourself with your forearms, elongating your trunk. Take a deep breath in.
stronger. Keep that smile in your face. Feel this happy energy encompassing you from outside, from inside. Keep expressing it for no reason on the outside. Stay happy, healthy, kind, be well. Take care of yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself, extend to others. Now we are done. Namaste. Have a great time ahead. Thank you. Feel free to share your thoughts, voice, feedback. Thank you, Kim. Could join us. Thank you.
It's good. A little challenge is good for me.
Okay, excellent.
Really nice supine stretches, loved it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing your feedback.
I'm doing for a month and today really helping my body love the stretching
Okay.
part. It was doable and I felt it, lot of difference this time.
Okay, very good. So I think it's getting better, right? Now,
It is getting much better.
okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.